What's going on, everybody? Lead Farmer 73 here, trying to get myself together. I just want to come in here for a hot second. Wipe your mouth off a little bit. You come in here real quick, and I want to talk to y'all about something that we never talk about. And I'm noticing a trend. That's the other thing. I'm noticing a trend. Hey, my Renaissance grandma. Wow. Oh, it was jerking for a minute. Okay, there we go. All right, Miss Kia, how you doing? Sean does it all. How you doing? Will's Garden, Will's 803 Garden. How you doing? Big Bad Bo, how you doing? My own beautiful Celestial Mermaid, how you doing? Talisha, Talia, I always say call you Talisha. Talia, how you doing? Sun Energy, how you doing, my sister? Sandra Thompson, how you doing? Growing with Hudson. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad a lot of y'all here that been with me for over the years. Let me see who else we got. Let me see. Locks and Land Homes there. How you doing, my friend? Karen. Whew. I'm not gonna tear your last name up, okay? How you doing, Karen? And Olari, how you doing? Olari's my sister. That's what is Olaris B Homestead? Is that it? All right. Marvell Coker, how you doing? Sophia Jordan. Okay. Blessed Mama, how you doing? Who else we got? Adrian Foreman, how you doing? Okay. Say out of Chicago to the Carolinas. Come on down. Talisha Smith. I got a couple of different videos I wanted to share with y'all. I got so much stuff I want to talk to y'all about that, man, I said this one, before I get started into the other ones, we are going to talk about this. Jacqueline Bush, Gina Walker, how you doing? All right. Everybody in here, I know it's early in the day, but I want to get through this. I'm in here today to tell all of the content creators, you are appreciated. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about the people that put their lives on the line, on the camera, every day or every week or every month or one time a year. I don't care what it is. I want to say thank you. I don't know if anybody else is going to do this with me, but I want to thank all of the content creators. And I put in the description, I'm not exactly sure what I said because I voice texted, and I said something like, we all need to get together and we all need to have a content creator appreciation month. The reason why I say we ought to have a content creator appreciation month, they have a holiday and everything else for everything else that really is fake or nonsense. Listen, they have award shows for Hollywood actors. They have award shows for musicians and entertainers. The reason why I want to have some sort of content creator appreciation month or celebration or conference is because we are not celebrated, even though content creators, big or small, are leading the world right now in usable content, to the point of a lot of Hollywood is getting their ideas from social media content creators. And if you want to be for real with it, a lot of stars and entertainers from Hollywood And from the music industry, they were or still are millionaires, and they're well-to-do. They are shifting towards social media. I've been seeing a lot of very popular, very well-to-do entertainers leave Hollywood behind, and they're making more of a lifestyle. They're making a living better on social media, whether, I don't care which platform it is, they're making a better living on social media than they even did in Hollywood. Because the part about Hollywood that they don't tell you, I don't think they're even allowed to tell you, is because, hey man, you're buying all this stuff yourself. Yeah, you may make $1 million, but you also have to pay your own taxes. You have to pay for that lifestyle. You need to keep that up to show the world that you're worthy to be in the next A-list movie. So you got to portray that, and portraying that image costs a lot of money. You got the stylists, and you got the lawyers. Man, that costs a lot of money. You got to have the big house and all of that nonsense. Well, those actors and entertainers and musicians are starting to realize, if I just give me a social media platform, I could just be myself. And all the money that I make can go in my own pocket. And there's not too many hands my money has to go through. So off of that, because that's not knocking entertainers or Hollywood or musicians at all, what I'm saying is social media is bigger than Hollywood. Social media is even bigger than streaming networks. If you got Hulu, Disney, Netflix, whatever it is, if you got any of those streaming platforms, streaming networks, social media is bigger than that. And I can prove it. Because a movie only lasts, 2 hours, 3 hours tops. Soon as you're done with that movie, you cut on YouTube. While you at work, you listening or watching YouTube. When you sneak off into the break room, you cut on YouTube. You do not cut on a A-list box office summer hit movie. You cut on YouTube. And I feel that we are underappreciated as content creators. On that note, I want, hey, Precious Sunshine, I gotta remember that. Precious Sunshine, love it. Hey, Clarence, how you doing? Here's the other thing too. We as content creators do not support one another. I don't know where things went sideways. I can't pinpoint a certain time when things went sideways. But content creators do not support one another. Listen, at all. At all. And I used to think it's because you're just not good enough, or this person is not up to a certain standard where that's not it. That's not it. Because I watch a lot of really, really good content creators, YouTube style, I guess, podcasts, if you will, live streams right here on YouTube. I'm only talking about YouTube because I don't know much about the rest of them. I was watching Hands in the Dirt last night, and the everyday life of the OCD-ish chick. And every Wednesday they have a show. It's called Wind Down Wednesday. Every Wednesday. And I was putting up these curtains last night while I was canning, and I was listening to Wind Down Wednesday in the background. Every blue moon, they catch my eye, and I go look at the screen. Needless to say, that podcast or that show that they have every Wednesday night kept me company while I was doing my little thing in the kitchen last night. It was getting so good, and they was singing, and they was bringing up old music, and I'm singing along with them. I got screws and nails in my mouth, and I'm in love and happy now. I'm something do right, make you do wrong. I'm up here hanging curtains, singing with nails in my mouth, right? And they start jamming. I forget what Everyday Life of the OCD's chick, she said, she brought up one and she starts singing it. And I hadn't heard that song in forever. And I said, you know what? That song right there should have triggered the algorithm to blow the roof off. So I look at the screen to see how many people are singing along with me. That's what I looked at the screen for. Now remember, I'm watching Wind Down Wednesday with Hands in the Dirt and Everyday Life of the OCD's chick. I look at the screen and they have 54 people watching. I had been listening and or watching them for about 45 minutes. And I said, they got 54 people watching. Hey now, Everything Fresh and Sassy. How you doing? She said, hey, y'all keep me company on my ride home from the missed it. But yeah, think about that. I said, why, as good as this show is, and I'm really entertained, and hey, I'm jamming with them. Sylviar was in there. How you doing, Sylviar? Sylviar was in there last night. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, why is only 54 people watching this? There was nothing boring about it. It was not only catching my ear, but every now and then I had to stop doing what I, look, let me show you. True story. I broke this blind because when Everyday Life of the OCD's chick started singing, I turned around and looked at the screen, and my old self forgot to, tell my hand and let this loose. I ripped this whole thing off. And because I had to look at the screen, I just couldn't listen no more. So when you're listening to something and then every blue moon, you got to look to see what's going on. Man, that's telling you something. That's telling you listening or watching some good content. You got 54 people watching. And my first thought was, man, we do not support each other like we used to do even 4 to 5 years ago. And there's no excuse for that. So I'm here to say, I appreciate all content creators, big and small. You want to hear something else? I appreciate content creators that I don't even necessarily get along with or don't know. Or they don't get along with me or don't like me or don't know me. I even appreciate them. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm talking about people that in the past, maybe I had some beef with. In the past, maybe we bumped heads. I'm going to tell you why I still appreciate even you. Even if we still don't get along to this day, I'm going to tell you why I appreciate you. I appreciate you first and foremost for just being a content creator. And I appreciate you most of all for having the balls to get on this screen in front of hundreds sometimes, if not thousands sometimes, of people that judge you. Sometimes you're in front of hundreds or thousands of bots. Sometimes you're in front of hundreds or thousands of trolls. But it keeps going. Somebody said, beef, you? Yeah, of course. I mean, that's before those were the days where, man, YouTube was fairly young. And some people just, man, some people ain't gonna like you no matter what you do. I ain't gonna call it a beef because I didn't go back and forth. It was more of a forth than a back because I didn't give a whole bunch of a crap. The thing is this. What beef is today ain't what it was back then. My point is this. Everyday life for OCD is chicken here. Hey, Cassandra, South Fulton Garden. How you doing? Hey, Foodie Bay. Y'all tore it up last night. If you in here, I can't see her. I can't see her in here. But listen. It takes a lot of, thank you for that. Who said that? Let me see. It takes courage to get in front of here. And you don't know, listen, when you get in front of this camera, you're being judged from the beginning to the end. From you saying hello and welcome to my channel to you saying everybody have a nice night. There are hundreds of people literally around the entire world. There are AI bots and there are human trolls judging you from start to finish. Your shirt might be dirty, might have a booger in your nose, you know. Your house might be a little dirty in the background. Everything ain't prim and proper, and you may misspell something, or you may mispronounce something, or you may misdefine something, and they tear you apart. You may quote a wrong scripture or something, and they will not let you forget that you made a mistake while you're doing a 2-hour video. You did a 2-hour video, and you contacted and you made hundreds, if not thousands of people smile in those 2 hours, but you made one mistake that they won't let go. And for you to get up in the next day, the next morning, and do it again after being ridiculed for something, man, that takes more than courage. That takes heart. Here's the thing why I also want to give you all content creators appreciation. You are 9 times out of 10 your own camera person. You probably are your own producer. You probably are your own editor. You are your own lighting. You are your own script writer. And when you're doing a live stream, you try your hardest to be perfect. I'm going to give you another piece of appreciation. With all that you do on top of creating content and trying to make that content stick to your audience, you're producing, you're editing, you're writing, you're staging, you're recording, you're doing all of this on top of one thing that I don't even think a Hollywood actor can do. You're doing all of these jobs for little to no money, once a month, and you're doing it with trying your very hardest to walk between the YouTube guidelines so you don't get your channel taken down. You're trying your hardest not to use foul language. You're trying your hardest to be politically correct when it comes to the words you use when you're describing certain things. You're dancing this fine line trying to get your message across without offending absolutely anyone. That's a job that's almost impossible to do. Every time we all, as content creators, make a video, we do that and we make that video with all of that in mind. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want YouTube to give me a strike, but I need to get my message across, and I need to make this message powerful, and I really need this message to go out to the entire world. How do I do all of that without getting in trouble? Keeping my channel, not offending, but making people happy. How do I do that? We do that every time we make a video on YouTube. How do I stay in the algorithm? How do I boost the algorithm? How do I keep from getting shadow banned? How do I keep from getting canceled? Every time a content creator, whether big or small, I don't care if you have 2 subscribers or 2 million subscribers, you have to go in every time you put that camera in front of your face with this stuff in mind. I need this video to make me a little extra money. I need this video to get a message, and I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't want to start any beefs. All of that, man, that's a fine dance, man. That is a fine dance. So with that being said, I wish that we all as content creators would stick together more. There are tons of great content creators out here, and they get no play. I don't know what's going on with the freedom of speech, but I myself have noticed that you can't say anything you want to say anymore. You can't feel any way you want to feel anymore without being corrected. So that's another thing that you got to add to this whole puzzle. You got to try to get your point across without offending somebody and their beliefs or their religion or their sexuality or their race. You got to do everything you can do to try not to stumble over somebody else's emotions. So that just adds to it. Years ago, there were a lot of us, this was before the YouTube money came in, start paying people. There was a lot of people here on YouTube that stuck together. There were a lot of people that, let me tell y'all this. Back just, let's say 5 years ago even, there was a time when we loved, that's right, or censored my Renaissance grandma. There was a time when we loved when we saw somebody else doing something that we introduced them to here on YouTube. We used to be like, man, that's right, they did it, they're doing it. And the thing that changed somewhere along the line was the content creator. That turned into theft. Somebody switched the definition and changed it into theft. And they said, oh, they just doing my content. They trying to copy my content. They trying to copy my content. Everybody was on that kick. And it was funny to me because I was here when there was a time where doing what you saw everybody else doing, man, that was gratitude. You ain't never heard me fuss or fight about nobody doing what I do, because if I did, I would be doing like a 30-day, month-long marathon if I did that on who's copying me. And that's not fair. It became competition. And I think we all lost our way when we started trying our hardest to do things that nobody else could do. I'm going to make sure nobody else can do this, so I need to think of the most outlandish thing I can think of. I'm going to buy a horse and put it in my garden, and I bet you nobody got that. We started doing dumb stuff. We started getting away from each other because we were afraid somebody would copy my horse in the garden idea. And it got weird, man. And then we all kind of lightweight went our separate ways. The money came in, and the bots came in. The trolls came in first, and then the AI bots came in next. And now you do not know who you're talking to anymore or what you're talking to anymore. So let's give it that too. Let's throw that in the batch. You're also doing a fine dance of trying to respond to either human beings or a bunch of ones and zeros. I want to tell y'all what made me do this video today. And the reason I feel that all content creators, big and small, need to be held up and appreciated. I think the reason why is because I put out a video, simple video early this morning, and it was about canning. I wasn't teaching anybody how to can. I barely know myself. Homestead Heart taught me how to can years ago. So I am still, when I can, I still read my notes, that I took from Homestead Heart years ago. From watching her videos and studying her videos. I had several people come on that video to tell me what I did wrong. I'm not going to discuss the people that said good job, because that's not the situation I'm here for. It was weird to me, and it kind of got under my skin. Like, out of all the things that I'm showing you, I just took a moment of my day to show you that you can do it, because I barely know how to do it. And with that, I was corrected. That ain't how you do that. You did it wrong. You need to do this, it'll be better. I asked all four, I had to get rid of a couple, but I had to ask all four people that spoke, can you do me a favor? Instead of me clowning, can you do me a favor? I appreciate what you're telling me how I did this wrong. It would really help if you show me how to do it on your channel. And I got the same answer every time. I don't do YouTube. Okay. What's your page on Instagram or TikTok? I'll go over there just so you can show me in person how to do it properly. Oh, I don't do social media. but you can correct people. See, that's the world we live in. You got spectators and you got gladiators. And I think all content creators, big and small, you are the gladiator. You are the one that's getting in the ring and doing this fine dance to make everybody happy or to be ridiculed or both. You are the gladiator, but we got spectators. Nothing wrong with being a spectator, but that's the word, spectate. Spectate. If you want to get in the ring and tell the boxer to start throwing the jab because he's weak on his left side, get in the ring and show him. Don't scream it from the bleachers. It's so many people telling you that you are a loser from the bleachers. But they refuse to get in the ring and get a little bit of juices knocked out of them. The first thing they say, oh man, look, LeBron, man, he messing up the game. But you ain't never played basketball a piping hot day in your life. You have never played basketball, not even on a video game, but you want to go to the game and tell LeBron he's a bum. I have a problem with that. Us content creators get in the ring and we do this every day. And the things that the content creators have to deal with, and I hope a lot of spectators are watching me now so you can understand our point of view. And I think I universally speak for all of us right here, all content creators. This is not just me. When you reach out and you correct us, but you cannot show us, how serious do you want us to take you? How serious do you want us to take you when we go to look at your channel and there's nothing there? There's no thumbnail. There's a letter M or G. And you telling us, well, you're doing that wrong. What you're doing, you need to turn to the left, not the right. But then I'm like, and I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I said, well, let me go over to this guy's channel because he seemed to know a better way than I know. There's nothing there. They started a channel. It's always 2011, 2020. There's nothing there. That's not even a playlist, or the playlist got a whole bunch of games on it and Japanimations, cartoons. How serious do you want people to take you? That's the stuff that a content creator got to put up with. And if you see content creators every blue moon, kind of lose it. I think I can answer and let you know why a lot of us content creators get fed up, and sometimes we kind of pop off, unexpectedly. One of the reasons are, and I can give it to you like this. What if you were running for help and you needed a police officer, and you ran up to a police officer because somebody was trying to hurt you? So you need to tell this police officer, it's that person right there. But that police officer, even though they have on the uniform, they have the sidearm and they have the badge and the whole works. They got the police car with the lights blaring in the back, but they told you, I'm not a police officer. I don't know how to help you. I'm not a police officer. That's how we feel. always feel, again, the pressures of being a content creator, but then to turn around and not know if you're talking to a human being, a troll, or a robot. Man, that's disheartening, man. You know, you will sit here and have a whole conversation with a robot and not even know it. That's why I keep telling people, hey, I sure would like you to have a channel, so I want to watch you too. If you don't want to make content, at least make a channel that and a couple of videos that I can send you a message. I would love to send you a message every now and then so you can hear me or hear what I have to say or my critique, or maybe I just want to send you a message. But you mean to tell me we as content creators, we're not even worth that? You can tell us, but we can't tell you? That's not fair. So we got to go every day, all day, trying to, one of the first things we got to wonder when we read a comment, who or what are you? I never thought I'd see the day. I never thought I would see this day. It's like I'm living in a movie. But every day, I got to wonder, should I even reply to your comment? Am I wasting my time? Am I wasting my energy on a robot that I could be actually helping a human being that's truly trying to learn what I'm either teaching or showing? I think that all of us as content creators need to be appreciated a little bit more, even from our fellow content creators. And that goes for all of us. Because one thing about this job, and I don't know if y'all know or not, this is hard. This is a hard job, and yes, it is a job. Every year, we have to pay taxes. Every year. If I have to pay taxes, that's a job. If I'm making income, that's a job. And everybody think we're on here because we ain't got nothing better to do all the time. And I'm telling you this, when you see a content creator and they take the time out of their day to make any kind of content for you or anybody else, remember, they're at work. We don't think like that, but that content creator is at work. Whether they're on a live stream or not. And that's the part. Oh, how can I forget? I left out one thing about content creation appreciation. You have the opportunity and the privilege to talk back and forth with your content creator. You cannot do that to an actor. With a Hollywood actor, you got to stand in line. You got to buy your ticket, stand in line, and hope and pray that, number one, you even get a glimpse of them. Number two, they sign an autograph. Number three, that they even talk to you or say a word to you. When you are at one of these meet and greets for big Hollywood actors and stuff, man, they ain't got time to talk to you. They got over $1 million worth of security walking around them because they themselves are insured by the production company worth billions. There's a production company somewhere that has insurance on that entertainer that says we can't let nothing happen to our cash cow. Don't let nobody get 10 feet in front of him or her. They are not going to sit here and talk back and forth with you. They're not going to answer your questions. They don't have time for that. But here on social media, you get an opportunity to talk back and forth with the content creator. That human being is going to answer you back. You got the chance to write in how you feel, and they have the chance to respond to you. I don't think y'all know. I know this is a new generation, but I don't think you know how much of a privilege that is. That is such a big privilege. Because when I was a kid growing up watching TV, you watched whatever show or movie that was on, and there's nothing you can say about it. You can't talk to the bad guy. You can't talk to the hero. You can't talk to the damsel in distress. However that show is going to go, it's going to go. But you have the opportunity, and yes, I said privilege, to speak during a live stream or a movie. Hell, you can't even do that in a late night talk show. But you have the opportunity and the privilege to talk to a content creator and make them change the course of whatever they were going to say or do. We may have started out talking about bacon chicken, but just because you said something, that may lead this whole conversation down another path. You have the opportunity to change the outcome of this content. And if you ask me, that's one hell of a privilege. So I appreciate you, all of the content creators. I appreciate all of you. And I think we should all come together. And I'm gonna pick a day. I'm gonna pick a day. I think June 1st, I don't know why I picked that day. June 1st should be Content Creator Day. Content Creator Appreciation Day. That's what I think. I don't know how on God's green earth we could ever make anything like that happen. But I think we should all come together somewhere, just not for camp, not for survival, not for 2A, not for gardening, not for auto mechanics. I think we should all come together as content creators alike. I don't care what's your genre, music, dance, it don't matter. You took time out of your life to post a video to help hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people around the world with your information. I'm going to tell you when I knew I was on the right track. And this goes out to all my new content creators or content creators that just never blew up. It was maybe 15, 16 years ago. I did a video, and I think it's still up. That video, because I used to cut hair. I wasn't a barber, wasn't, a licensed certified barber, but I got down. Well, I did a video back then, okay, went viral. That video went viral because I gave everybody a little bit of information that literally saves all of these barbers and hairdressers hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And I literally got hundreds, if not thousands, of thank yous in the comments. I didn't know how to take it. This was in the early days of YouTube. And I said, damn, that's all it takes? The video was me showing everybody how to fix their Andis Master clippers. Y'all know what those are? When you go to the barber shop, they use the big silver clippers back in the day, big heavy metal clippers. Those were called the Andis Masters. Some of the best clippers in the world to me. I still got those same clippers to this very day. Inside those clippers, there's this really thin little like lead pencil size pin in there. Like a little shear pin that moves the head back and forth. And when I tell you it's about as thin as a pencil lead, that's exactly what it is. And that breaks off. And once that little pin breaks off, your blades don't reciprocate anymore. And everybody was either going to get new clippers, which cost you a couple $100, or they got to buy the whole assembly. They thought they was, and I said, no, there's this little pin inside that you can take off and put a new pin on there. And not only did I help everybody fix their clippers, I told them where to get the part. You want to know what? The place that was selling the pins contacted me and said, thank you. When I received that much love just for sharing information that was saving me money and time, I knew content creation, I like this. You mean to tell me I get a pat on the back and a couple of dollars just for showing people what I know? I've been with it ever since. There's a lot of things that everybody out there knows that 9 times 10 either people don't know or they don't know your style in doing it. It's worth posting. That's a content creator. And everybody that says, that's why I don't make content because I'm scared of XYZ. I don't do content. I don't do YouTube because of XYZ. You don't make content because you are afraid of ridicule. You don't want the pressures that real content creators have. You don't want that horrible feeling in the pit of your stomach when you just put all this effort into editing and making and recording this video, and at the end of the night, after 12 hours, you got 3 views. You don't know how you could handle that after investing so much time and energy into making that video for the world. You only got 3 people, and one of them was you because you wanted to go back and make sure nobody's or somebody is watching. So to me, you guys, I say thank you. Thank you for having the courage to be a content creator, because it takes courage. It doesn't always take skill, but it takes courage. It takes courage first, skills or not to skills later. For my vloggers, my podcasters, my live streamers, my video editors, thank you. That's all I wanted to say today. I didn't want to get into a back and forth about what's right and what's wrong. I just want to say and show my appreciation. And again, I want to give it up to Hands in the Dirt and the Everyday Life of the OCDist chick, because you were part of the reason that I made this video. That sparked me. So please, everybody, if you can go over to the everyday life of the OCD-ish chick and Hands in the Dirt, or catch them on Wednesday for Wind Down Wednesday. Do that. You were the inspiration for my video, because when I looked down and saw only 54 people watching, I was just blown away. Because I'm like, man, what great content. What great content. And you know what it was? It was the togetherness that gets you. Everybody in the room having fun. Some people got their wine. We all enjoying. Hey, y'all, hey. I had water, but I enjoyed every time. Hands was like, "Oh, let's take a sip." Hey, Hands in the Dirt, if he watching, this was the cup I was drinking. I was drinking water, but this was my gallbladder been acting up. But this was the cup I was sitting here. I left it on this table last night, hanging up these curtains, listening to y'all. And every time one of y'all said, "Let's take a sip," guava. Everyday life of the OCD-ish chick, when you raise that bottle of Stella Rose, that's my wife's thing right there. If and when she does sip, Stella Rose Black. So I want to say thank you all for just having the nuggets to come up here and put yourself in front of the world, literally to be judged. That's it. I want June 1st, and I am going to do it. I don't care who joins me, but I will do a video on June 1st for Bougie Prepper. Bougie Prepper is part of Wind Down Wednesday. I didn't see you up there, because usually you are when I'm watching. I can't leave you out, sister. Let's not forget, she's in the chat. Bougie Prepper is part of Wind Down Wednesday. So go over and check out Bougie Prepper as well, because she is part of Wind Down Wednesday. I knew it was off. I knew something was off last night. Bougie was not there. So thank you, my sister. Thank you. I just want to make sure that everybody go and check these people out. Okay? Please. We all gotta do better. I'm gonna say this too before I go. I want to say thank you to the New Orleans Gardener. The New Orleans Gardener here on YouTube, T-Nog. Everybody know T-Nog. Because T-Nog goes out of her way, and she don't care who likes you or who don't. She gonna lift you up in spirit. She gonna lift you up. She gonna say your name. If you down with her, she don't care what you think. And I thank you for that, T-Nog. And I also want to give a shout out to Miss Shirley OG Gardner. The reason why I want to give you a shout out is because I was watching your video a couple weeks ago. I think it was a couple weeks ago. And you had a video, a live stream about why don't content creators, why aren't our numbers moving? I watched that video from Miss Shirley OG Gardner. And the video was about why don't content creators' numbers move? And they're all at a standstill or in reverse, if anything. And I had so many answers to that question. Thank you, Sun Energy, just sub to Bougie Prepper. Thank you. One of the reasons I think that content creators' subscriber count does not increase is because we do not appreciate each other. We do not support each other. We watch each other and we get information from one another, but we won't hit that like button. we won't hit the subscribe button. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second. I don't know what this whole new YouTube platform thing, I don't know what they're thinking. But there's a lot of times, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, there's a lot of times I'm watching a video and they hide the bell. Am I wrong? Is that just my equipment? I'm talking about right now, I can show you, you cannot see my subscribe bell. So I will be watching somebody. I'm going to show you. Let me make sure none of my information. Okay. I will show you. Where's my subscribe bell at? Can you see it? Does anybody see my subscribe bell? No. And on my laptop, on my phone, on my iPad, you gotta slide stuff over, move this. You gotta hit the subscribe button, but then you damn near gotta log off to hit the subscribe button. And that is not fair to anybody, big or small. Because sometimes we can get so engulfed in listening to the information, you say to yourself, I'm going to hit the like button after because I don't want to miss, this is going to be a good one. You have to find the like button. You have to find the subscribe button. And that's not fair. Back in the day, just a few years back, if y'all remember, the subscribe bell was about that big. Do y'all remember that? The subscribe bell was about that big. And here's the other thing. It didn't have the half-ass subscribe. I don't know what that's about. They started that some years back where you can half-ass subscribe to somebody's channel. They say hit the subscribe button. Then it went from hit the subscribe button, and then you got to change the notification bell to whether you kind of want to see them every blue moon, and then you can hit every time they come on, I want to be notified. What is that? You know? I think that's also not fair to the content creator. Just let the people subscribe and unsubscribe as they see fit. Don't let them half-ass subscribe where you say, when you hit the half-ass, it's kind of like, I only want to see one of their videos every 30 days or so. Meaning, I need to be in the right place at the right time to even catch that one video every 30 days. That's just not fair. So they've changed so many things so many times that people are starting to get confused and lost on how to keep in contact with their favorite content creator. So I want to show, I want to give a shout out to Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner for bringing up the subject. And I think that's one of the biggest things, because when I want to subscribe to a channel, I have to stop everything I'm doing and go find that subscribe bell. And then I have to double click the subscribe button to make sure I get and hear y'all every time you come on. Because if you only click it once, you get the half-ass bell. It's not cool. They got the same thing if you got a smart TV. You got to damn near cut off the video, get out of there, click in this, and then go subscribe. And then if you just hit the bell while the video is on, that's automatic half-ass subscribe. Not cool. So that's it. I just want to say thank you, everybody. And I'm going to keep, matter of fact, I'm going to write it down so I don't forget it. Matter of fact, I'm going to set a alarm June 1st It's Content Creator Appreciation Day. Okay? And one of these days, I'm going to do my very best to try to have a content creator conference. Content Creator Conference, CCC, triple C's. That's what I would like to do. I'm going to write that down too. Content Creator Conference. So we can all come together in person and share ideas and share techniques on how to be some of the best content creators that we can be. Because you want to know something? Even actors and entertainers do that. They all get together and share little bits of secrets of how to get to where they are. And I think that's what we should do. If you all agree. June 1st is Content Creator Appreciation Day. All right? So that's it. I'm gonna announce it, put it in a post, and I'm gonna keep on announcing it until June 1st. That's right around the corner, so don't feel like it's too far away. All right. So with that being said, you guys, and we're gonna start talking about things in when we have that conference. I want to talk about things like being shadow banned, how to move your channel forward, or what to and what not to say is certain things and certain privileges that are being given to us and at the same time being taken away from us that we all need to address. Because what I've been seeing is there are some people that don't quite understand how this works. And there are some people, all they do is research information on how social media works. What's the new rules, regulations? What's the new guidelines that may have changed overnight? And that information can be given to us during a conference. So we all don't say, oh, you mean to say we can't say damn no more? What? Oh, okay. We all don't be knowing that. So I want to do more than that. We'll talk about it. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you, everybody. Okay? Thank you for everything you do. And this goes out to all content creators. Big, small, in between. It don't matter whether you like me or you don't. And listen to me. It don't matter whether you like me or you don't. You still got more balls than a lot of people that's scared to come on here and do it. I give you that credit, no matter what. All right? With that being said, everybody, enjoy your day. Congratulations if you are a content creator, because you wear your heart on your sleeve out here. And everybody around you sees it. Oh, I left one more out. I left one last thing out, y'all. Please bear with me. One more thing. You know what else you do? You come on here and you put on a happy face. And the rest of the world don't know somebody in your family died. Somebody is sick. You lost your job. You running behind on your rent. Your car got repossessed. Your kids is mad at you. You don't know how you gonna make it to next week because you counting your money. Everything you got in your savings, your whole life savings is right here in your pocket. But you still come on YouTube and make everybody feel good. Thank you. Because the world don't know what we go through. They don't know that we've lost some loved ones. They don't know that we're grieving. because the people that got the courage to come on here and make a video for the whole world, there's some other superpower that you got. If you're anything like me, the way you heal pain is by giving other people joy. You see sharing and spreading information as a therapy for your own personal pain and anguish. That's hard to do. You see through all of that. And while the bots are getting you, the trolls are calling you names, they don't know. Or you got beef with somebody on another channel. They don't know that you may have lost your mama. They don't know that you're grieving while they're putting you through all of that. They have no idea that you're grieving. They have no idea. They can't. They have to put on a happy face because their job right now to help them heal is to try to make the world a better place, not go back and forth with you. All right? So with that being said, you guys, thank you. I appreciate you. And every other content creator here on YouTube, take your hats off to them. Support all of them. You cannot lie and say you don't get information from even the people you can't stand. Don't lie about it. Don't lie about that. You don't got to sit there in their comment section and write out a whole script, but you can give them a thumbs up if you gain some information from them. Even if you don't like them, you got information. You owe them. You owe them. And I make sure I do that every time. With that being said, Lev Farmer 73. Stay safe. Stay sane. I love you. And I'm out. Peace.